What if the oldest paintings on Earth, those found deep inside caves, aren't just mysterious art or symbols of vanished mythologies, but something far more precise? What if they're maps? Not just maps in the modern sense of static representations, but dynamic records of walked landscapes, teaching tools encoded with geometry, scale, and orientation, made not just to be looked at, but to be understood by walking. Let me explain. All across the world, ancient cultures left behind enormous earthworks and geoglyphs, the Nazca lines in Peru, the effigy mounds of North America, and countless others. They're too large to comprehend from the ground. From above, they form distinct shapes, animals, paths, spirals, and geometric forms. But they weren't built for gods in the sky. They were built for people on the ground. They were designed to be walked. And walking them wasn't just ceremony, it was instruction. By walking these large figures over and over, you learn their proportions in your body. Your stride becomes your unit. Your turns become angles. Over time, you internalize a form so completely you can reproduce it, at any scale, anywhere. You now possess a spatial toolkit. You can walk out this same shape in a new location. You can scale it up or down by counting steps. The turns don't change, only the segments lengthen. This is how you learn proportionality. So what happens next? Once you've walked and memorized the figure, you start marking reference points along the way, places where something shifted, where a turn occurred, where a landmark stood. When you return home, you draw it on the wall of the cave, not as an abstract design, but as a recollection of the path you walked. Then someone else starts from your reference point and walks their own shape, perhaps at a different scale, perhaps a slightly different path, but still preserving the form. They come back and draw that too, adding it to the wall. Over time, these paintings become layered, overlapping, rotated, and often oddly scaled. At first glance, it looks chaotic. But here's the key. The forms remain intact, the proportions hold, the turns align. And once you rotate the wall to match the orientation used by many ancient cultures, with either the sunrise, east, or the sunset, west, as up, the images start to make sense. They line up with real geography. That's right. What looks like a random cluster of overlapping animals may in fact be a composite spatial record, a map created by successive walkers, encoding the geometry of their world. And it's testable. So here's how you can explore this for yourself. Choose a cave painting. Start with a clear one, something with strong, defined outlines. The Lascaux bulls, the Chauvet lions, the Altamira horses. Any will do. Trace the outlines. You'll often find that the figures aren't naturalistic, they're geometric. Look for curves, straight segments, and consistent angles. Think in terms of steps and turns, not anatomy. Rotate the painting. Try turning it so east is at the top. You'll often find that the alignment starts to suggest directionality, almost like a route. Look for overlays. Where multiple figures appear, check whether their proportions match, even at different scales or orientations. This suggests they share a common geometry. Compare with geography. Now take a modern map and begin looking for matching patterns in terrain. Rivers, ridges, coastlines, or even animal migration paths. Many of the shapes match not roughly but precisely. You'll start to see a system emerge, a system of spatial training, proportional scaling, and collaborative mapping. This was not primitive art. It was a method of teaching geometry and geography through walking, a way to train the body to understand space, and a way to leave behind a record of that knowledge for others to build upon. And once you understand that, you'll never look at cave art or the landscape the same way again. So go ahead, pick a figure, turn it, walk it, draw it, map it. That's how they did it. And now you can too.